I inherited the firewall solutions that were in place, and the solutions over years hadn't had sort of the attention and sort of the care given to them that they needed. And therefore, I was inheriting these devices, protecting our network, knowing the fact that there were some issues, but I wasn't able to quantify what those issues were. And that's sort of what drove me towards identifying, that was a risk area for us. We've got this control, but we don't know how effective it was working. So word of mouth was very much one of the first things we went on. The second thing for us was a strong Australian presence. When looking at a solution, the ability to have that on-prem support, to have someone that's able to actually come out there to sit with you and work through some of the troubles, that was very important for us when selecting a solution. We've deployed two of the AlgoSec solutions. We're using the AlgoSec Firewall Analyzer, and what this does is gives us that oversight into our firewalls. It helped give us the ability to identify where there were those risky rules, where there were those holes in our network. It also helps us drive the audit and accountability. While using a managed service security provider, we have to rely on them to make the changes, but we need to be able to have that oversight, as ultimately we own and are responsible for it. So we're using the AlgoSec Firewall Analyzer for that aspect. And then we're also utilising AlgoSec Fireflow. Where Fireflow really helps us is that ability of automating and making the change management process when it comes to firewalls repeatable and recordable. So it gives us that ability to ensure that we have security sign-off for any particular rules. It gives us the ability to have those risks brought to the attention of the security function. So they're not having to approve a rule without having to go away and do all of this research. It's presented to them there in the tool where they need that. The couple of key outcomes and the key things that we've seen from adopting the AlgoSec solution was firstly that oversight into our firewalls and what they're doing. So being able to see where we had those risky rules, so driving that cleanup process, but then also ensuring that ongoing compliance to make sure that when people are submitting rules that they're not exposing us or our members to additional risk. In this ever-changing world, we're always developing, rolling out new solutions and making changes here or there. It's very easy for security to get left behind. When we implemented the AlgoSec solution, one of the benefits it was able to provide us was the ability to consolidate our virtual firewall internal infrastructure. Again, these were legacy designs that were put in place with security in mind, but were more operational benefits. So by compressing down the amount of virtual firewalls we had, we were able to reduce ongoing costs from our managed service provider, who were charging by the virtual device. So straight away, we started seeing a return on investments from that side there. In the other area, in terms of making changes, we were sending through a lot of changes to our managed service provider for rules that were already in place. Utilising AlgoSec has given us that ability to check against the system before a rule is submitted, allowing us to go back to our developers and say, look, the firewall rule's in place, please check your coding. But then also saving us money by not sending those particular rules to our managed service provider. So straight away we started seeing a return on investment through the consolidation of our internal firewalls and the reduction of tickets that we were sending through to our managed service provider. Utilising automation, utilising tools can really help you see that return on investment.